The question of how the world began is as ancient as humanity itself. Over millennia, we've looked to the heavens, the earth, and even the depths of our imagination to answer this question. Today, we possess a wealth of knowledge from science, but also the rich stories passed down through generations. Together, they create a profound tapestry that explains the world's origins, blending mind-bending scientific discoveries with mesmerizing creation myths. Here's a deep dive into how the world came into existence, a journey from the Big Bang to the present, with a detour into the fantastical. Imagine a universe so hot and dense it could barely be called a point. This is where the story of everything began. 13.8 billion years ago, everything that exists today, space, time, matter, and energy, was crammed into a single, infinitely small, and infinitely dense point. Then, in an explosion of unimaginable force, the universe began to expand. The Big Bang. This wasn't an explosion in space, it was the expansion of space itself. Time itself, as we understand it, began to flow only after this event. The universe grew at an unimaginable rate in a fraction of a second, an event called cosmic inflation. As it cooled, simple particles formed, leading to the creation of atoms, galaxies, and stars. From that fiery furnace, galaxies began to spin, the first stars ignited, and planets like our own Earth formed from clouds of gas and dust. The very fabric of the cosmos itself stretched and transformed. The universe was born in a burst of energy, light, and potential, an unfolding that continues today, as galaxies and stars drift apart at accelerating speeds. Around 4.6 billion years ago, after the birth of the universe, the solar system began to take shape. The sun ignited from the remnants of a star that had exploded, and from the leftover gas and dust, Earth was born. At first, the young Earth was a violent, molten mass, constantly bombarded by asteroids and comets. But as it cooled, solid crust began to form, and for the first time, the Earth became a place capable of sustaining life. Water, vital for life, arrived via comets and asteroids, filling the basins of the world to form vast oceans. The atmosphere was thick with gases, and volcanoes erupted, shaping the surface. As the planet cooled, a delicate balance of elements came together, ready to set the stage for the unimaginable, the origin of life. Now, imagine the first stirrings of life. How did non-living matter transform into the vibrant complexity we now see around us? Abiogenesis, the theory that life began from non-living molecules, suggests that under the right conditions, simple molecules like amino acids spontaneously formed. Perhaps lightning or volcanic energy acted as a catalyst for these molecules to bind into more complex compounds. These compounds eventually formed RNA, the precursor to the more complex DNA. In the RNA world hypothesis, it is suggested that early life may have started with RNA molecules that could replicate themselves, eventually evolving into the life forms we recognize today. The origins of life are still one of the greatest mysteries of science. Was it purely a chemical accident, or did life arrive from elsewhere in the cosmos? As the theory of panspermia suggests, could the building blocks of life have been carried to Earth on comets or meteors from other parts of the universe? We may never know for sure, but the fact that life did emerge on Earth is a wonder in itself. But Earth wasn't always the planet we recognize today. Over billions of years, its surface has been constantly reshaped by the forces of nature. Earth's outer shell is cracked into enormous tectonic plates that float on the semi-liquid mantle beneath them. These plates move and shift, creating mountains, earthquakes, and volcanic eruptions. At one point, all the continents were connected in a supercontinent known as Pangaea. But as tectonic forces acted on the planet, Pangaea split apart, and the continents drifted to their current positions. In this constantly moving landscape, The Earth is a living organism, reshaping itself every day. Mountains rise, oceans recede, and continents continue to drift. From the moment life began, it began to evolve. The first creatures were simple, single-celled organisms, but over the course of billions of years, these life forms gave rise to the incredible diversity of life on Earth. Darwin's theory of evolution tells us that species evolved through natural selection, with advantageous traits passed down through generations. Over vast periods of time, this process led to the astonishing array of species we see today, each uniquely adapted to its environment. But the path of evolution wasn't always a smooth one. Mass extinctions have periodically wiped out vast swathes of life, only for new life forms to emerge in the aftermath. One such extinction event, around 66 million years ago, wiped out the dinosaurs, paving the way for mammals and eventually, us. While science gives us a mind-boggling, yet coherent, explanation for the birth of the universe and life, humans have also looked to stories, passed down through generations, to explain the mysteries of existence. In the Judeo-Christian tradition, the book of Genesis describes God creating the world in 6 days. Light, the heavens, the earth, animals, and finally, humans all emerged in a divine act of creation. This narrative has shaped the beliefs of billions for centuries. In Hindu cosmology, the universe undergoes a continuous cycle of creation, preservation, and destruction. The god Vishnu, who is believed to sustain the universe, creates it from a cosmic ocean, and the world is reborn in an endless loop of destruction and renewal. Greek mythology tells of a time when the world began in chaos, a void from which the first gods emerged. Gaia, Earth, and Uranus sky became the parents of the gods, and from them sprang the cosmos we know today. These ancient myths, like the others from cultures around the world, reflect humanity's deep desire to understand our origins and our place in the universe. As we look at the universe and our place within it, we stand at the crossroads of science and mythology, with both offering answers, though perhaps not all the answers to the greatest questions of existence. The Big Bang, with its incomprehensible forces, created the universe. Earth was born from a molten chaos, cooled, and became a cradle for life. That life, over billions of years, has evolved into the incredible diversity of forms we see today. And yet, through the ages, cultures have spun stories of gods, of cosmic seas, and of divine creation. From the science that explodes out of the singularity of the Big Bang to the mystical stories of gods shaping the world, the origin of the world remains a subject of fascination. It's a beautiful paradox. What we know about the beginning of everything is both mind-bogglingly complex and profoundly simple, a narrative of creation told in many voices across time. In the end, whether through the lens of science or myth, the story of how the world began is a cosmic riddle, a tale of wonder, mystery, and discovery that continues to unfold every moment. This article combines both scientific knowledge and the deep cultural narratives about the origin of the world, weaving them together in a mind-boggling and awe-inspiring way.